Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to create monday.com item on Wix form submission. So here I've created a form using Wix, and in this case I want whenever a new form submission is made, automatically using that detail a new item should be created in my monday.com account. So to automate this process, we will use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect, in which we need to connect a trigger and an action. So in this process, our trigger application will be Wix Forms and our action application will be monday.com. So to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So in this video, we are going to learn how to create a new monday.com item on Wix Form submission. So this is the form which I've created using Wix form, and in this case I want whenever a new form submission is made, automatically a new item should be created in my monday.com account. So to automate this process, we will use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. This is the homepage of Pabbly Connect. You can visit this page by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here you can see two options, that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get free 100 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. After signing in, you can see all Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here you can see a create workflow button on the top right corner. Here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this button. Now here in this create workflow dialog box, we have to give a name to our workflow. So here I'm going to give the name as create monday.com item on Wix form submission. And now I'm going to select my folder as automations. You can select your folder as per your need. Also, you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this create button. Now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow with the name create monday.com item on Wix form submission. And here you can see two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards a trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up a trigger. So here I'm going to select my trigger application as Wix form and my trigger event as new form submission. And here you can see we have received a webhook URL. That means we will use this webhook URL to connect our Wix forms with Pabbly Connect. So here, following the instructions given below, here I have already logged in my Wix account, and from here in left side corner I'm going to search for the automations, and here I'm going to click on this automations. And now under this automations I'm going to click on this new automation button, and after that I'm going to click on the start from scratch. And here I'm going to select my trigger as Wix forms. And here I'm going to select the trigger event as form submitted. And for the form, I'm going to select any. And here you can select a specific form if you want. Moving forward. And here for the action, I'm going to select the action as sent via webhook. And here you can see we have received the option for target URL. So here we will enter the webhook URL we have received in our Pabbly Connect window. So moving back to our Pabbly window. Here I'm going to copy this webhook URL. Moving back to our Wix account, and here I'm going to enter the new webhook URL. Now after entering the webhook URL, here I'm going to click on this activate button. And here I'm going to give the name to this automation, that is monday.com item. And now I'm going to click on the save. And here you can see it says your new automation is now active. And here you can see we have successfully created a new automation, that is monday.com item. So moving back to Pabbly window. And here you can see as it is waiting for webhook response. That means here to receive a webhook response, we need to do a test submission. And to do a test submission, we need to submit a response in our Wix form. So for that, let me take you to my Wix form. And here I'm going to enter a dummy data and do a test submission. So for the first name, here I'm going to enter the name as dummy, last name as user, email as dummy123@pabblytunes.com, a random phone number. And now I'm going to click on this submit. And here you can see we have successfully submitted a response. So now let's go and check our Pabbly window. And here you can see we have successfully received a response where we have received the first name, last name, phone number, email address and other details. So with this we have successfully set up our trigger. Now let's move to action step. Here I'm going to select my action application as monday.com. and my action event as create a item, so that whenever a new form submission is made in my Wix forms, automatically using that details, a new item will be created in my monday.com account. So now to connect my monday.com with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. And here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your monday.com account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, here it is asking me to give a name to my connection. So here I'm going to give the name as Wix Forms. And then here it is asking for a token. So here following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my monday.com account. From here I'm going to click on my profile. And from here I'm going to select administration. And here under administration, I'm going to select connections. And from here, I'm going to click on this API. And from here, I'm going to regenerate the API token. And now I'm going to copy this API token. Moving back to Pabbly window, here I'm going to enter the token. Now after entering all the details, I'm going to click on this save. And here you can see we are successfully connected. So now moving forward, and here it is asking for board ID. So here I'm going to select my board ID as leads data. Because here in my monday.com account, I have created the board with the name leads data. So moving back to Pabbly window, moving forward, and here for the group name, I'm going to select the group name as leads. Moving forward, and now it is asking for item name. So here in this item name field, I'm going to enter the name of the lead which I have received in my Wix form. So here instead of entering the data manually, here I will map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I will map the data from the response I have received in my Wix forms. Mapping makes our text dynamic so that whenever a new form submission is made in our Wix forms, automatically this previously existing details will be updated with the new one. So here I'm going to map the name. So here I'm going to search for the first name, space, last name. Moving forward, here for the name, again I'm going to map the name here, that is first name, space, last name. Moving forward, here I'm going to map the email. Moving forward, and lastly here I'm going to map the mobile number. So here I'm done mapping all the details. So now moving forward. So here is an important note given. So you must keep all these points in mind while entering all the details. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request. And here you can see we have received a successful response. So now let's go and check our monday.com account. And here you can see we have successfully created a new item with the name dummy user, email as dummy123@pabblytunes.com and a random phone number. So with this, we have successfully set up our automation. Now let's test our automation to check whether it is working or not. So to test our automation, we need to submit a new response in our Wix form. And for that, let me take you back to my Wix form. And here I'm going to enter another dummy data and do a test submission. So for the first name, here I'm going to enter the name as test, last name as lead, email as test123@pabblytunes.com and a random phone number. And now after entering all the details, I'm going to click on this submit. And here you can see we have successfully submitted a response. So now let's go and check our monday.com account again. And here you can see we have created a new item with the name test lead, email as test123@pabblytunes.com and a random phone number. So with this, we have successfully tested our automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken a trigger application as Wix Forms and our action application as monday.com. So that whenever a new form submission is made in our Wix Forms, automatically using that details, a new item should be created in our monday.com account. If you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can contact us on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can contact us on www.pabbly.com. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.